Upon returning to his sad little farm, Buttface the Goblin checked his calendar for any upcoming social events. What luck, the annual luau was just 3 weeks away. Not only would this be an opportunity to enter his produce into the luau's gumbo competition, but it would also be a chance for him to find a friend, and maybe even love. Buttface worked hard for those 3 weeks, tilling the soil, planting his seeds, using illegal growth-enhancing fertilizer, and delicately watering each sprout to ensure a hasty harvest. When the big day came, he was first in line to add his grotesquely large, mold-riddled radish to the gumbo pot. And who would be judging this year's competition but the Baron of Fire Canyon himself? What an honor! As the Baron laid on the ground, stomach being torn apart by the goblin's gumbo, Buttface was the only one to hear his last words. He whispered, "The gumbo, it's poisoned. It's the worst pain I've ever felt. I just want to die. Please tell my wife that I love her and do not try the gumbo." What luck, the Baroness is newly single. Maybe there's love in the cards for old Buttface after all. Oh no. Oh no. The Edward the Great eventually arrived at Becky Schneiderman's birthday celebration. He hit the ground running with his tried and tested routine. He opened the pick a card, moved into "Is that your handkerchief?" and ended strong with the classic "How many eggs do you have in your pocket?" trick. Unfortunately, none of these impressed any of the preteen partygoers, which the Edward could clearly see now that he had glasses. After his performance, the Edward enjoyed a piece of vanilla cake and awkwardly waited for Mr. Schneiderman to settle his payment. With the check in his pocket, the Edward went straight to his parents' garden shop to boast of his success. Unfortunately, the Edward's parents didn't consider a check for 37 gold 40 before deducting the price of a piece of vanilla cake to be much of a success. You know what, he's trying. They were very disappointed in their son's career choice, which the Edward could clearly see because of his glasses. Gary and Julian were pumped to see you at the rally. They boasted to all their friends that they not only convinced the small human to let them in, but they even got her to attend a Goblin Liberation Army rally. After you left, the GLA's leader pulled Gary and Julian aside to personally thank them for helping to bridge the gap between groups. This meant a lot to Julian, whose belief in the cause burned bright and hot. You know what? Good. At least he wasn't mad. Oh, Gary, however, couldn't quite let go of his daydream of a world where he actually was a powerful mage, not just a goblin pretending to be one. Sure, he would still support the efforts of the GLA, but he could do it while making fireworks appear from his fingertips, or while conjuring miniature unicorns to delight and entertain his pals. What started as a simple 2 goblins in a trench coat grift woke something up for Goblin Gary. From this day on, he would begin his quest to become a wizard. Now all he needed was a robe, a scar, and a depressing orphan backstory. Which one is which? This one's Julian, I think. Is this? He has a scar? Maybe... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting them confused. After stopping in the Twisted Sisters for a glass of his tipple of choice, Echo... Wait, he actually had a name, I didn't even know. Echo proceeded to head down to Pinhead's, the local bowling club in the sprawl, where his team was playing for league night. Thanks to the calming effects of his particularly potent Peace Blossom, he was unstoppable, bowling a perfect 300. His team went on to win the league, and a commemorative photo was put up on the wall at Pinhead's to celebrate Echo's perfect game. You know what? That's good. Having lost So You Think You Can Save a Princess, Neil Warkiller fell into a barbarian depression and left the sprawl. After a week of sulkily trudging across the countryside, Neil discovered a quaint farmer's market populated by elderly locals. Lending a hand here and there with various farmers selling their produce, the once fierce fighter found employment and ultimately peace with a flower vendor. After winning So You Think You Can Save a Princess, Articulous Flame Hands wasted no time getting straight to work. He conjured a small army of moles and other small creatures and sent them off in every direction to seek the princess's location. Unfortunately, and almost immediately, his mighty mini mammal militia was entirely decimated by falcons, eagles, and other large predators. Depressed by the mass rodent deaths he was indirectly responsible for, the disheartened mage returned to his tower. He was out of ideas. He'd give it a day or two, then report that he was unable to locate the lost princess due to entangled cosmic forces blocking his ethereal aura or some other nonsense. At least he tried. Having lost so you think you can save a princess, Perry Shoutson found his way to his favorite tavern in the Little Ogre Quarter. After one too many delicious margaritas, Perry got sloppy trying to pickpocket the bartender and was lifted off by the ground by the bouncer. Mistaking some bar snacks for one of his patented smoke bombs, the inebriated thief dramatically threw down a handful of mixed nuts, then ran headfirst into a pillar. Everyone in the bar laughed at him, and Perry could have died from embarrassment if he hadn't already died from severe blunt force trauma to the head. Oh no! I mean, I guess he was wanted dead or alive. I'd like to be able to see what this princess looks like. Can we find where's a picture? Doesn't anyone have a picture of her?
Rise and shine.
What, Dad? You rise, you shine. I'll take 5 more minutes.
It's time to get up.
What happened to my radio show?
Shouldn't you be down at the guard shed? And shouldn't I be heading down to cover for you?
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
The bad news.
We have to work the night shift tonight.
I'm going back to bed.
No, you're getting out of this house and taking some time to yourself today.
Why do we have to work the night shift?
Good news or bad news?
Bad news.
Apparently you didn't pick the right person's champion for the rescue mission, whatever that means. And they're punishing you for it.
Damn. I mean, is there actually a good choice for it, though? I don't know.
I won't be able to cover for you, because I'm also working the night shift at the East Gate.
I mean... Oh, okay, but I mean, the other guy, you know what? Neil got like a good ending. He got a good ending, you know. He was able to calm his rage, I guess. Although the other guy died, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Okay, and what's the good news?
There isn't any. I guess it was just bad news this time.
Who's punishing you?
No one. I work the night shift a couple times a week to help us get by.
Oh, Dad, I didn't know that.
So, I guess you could say the economy is punishing me. That and inflation. If taxes keep going up, I might have to get a third job so we can keep affording things like your little doohickey here.
Wait, don't touch that!
Whoa, what just happened?
Do you want the good news or the bad news? Both are. I don't know. Do you feel okay?
I feel fine, sweetie. No need to look all blurry about it. Now you get out of here and enjoy your day off. But don't enjoy it too much. You have to work all night, remember?
Okay, I'm going. Just try not to operate any heavy machinery until I get back. I should probably check in with Dr. B and make sure my dad isn't radioactive.
Damn, what happened here?
Oh, God, the rat problem is even worse than I thought. We eat all of our meals here.
She gags. Was it not because of that guy who summoned... What did he summon? He summoned moles. Did he summon mice too? Is that what's happening? Hey, you found a new hat.
This hat is not as fantastic as my previous hat. My journey, it continues.
You know what? You will find a hat. Oh, you can go? What?
Isla, Simon, Lamont, how's it going, guys?
Hey, if it isn't Little Miss, I haven't been around for a while. Where you been all this time?
Not around. I got what every kid fears they'll get one day.
Chickenpox?
Worse than that, Simon. I got a job. What are you up to?
Well, you just missed the rock throwing portion of our morning. Sadly, we chucked the last rock in the alley over the fence. Next, well...
We were thinking of seeing if we could get our mitts on some of the cool stuff that Garby guy's got over there. They look like magical toys, basically.
That's a bad idea.
I have to use a bunch of those for my job. And even though they look like a barrel of laughs, they're serious business.
Come on, Lil. For some reason, the world is basically treating you like you're old. Work your magic and score us some sweet loot.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I'll talk to Garbanzo over there and see.
I have some, right? I have some with me. Most of these criminals are part of the notorious Hilltop Gang. Bunch of dorks. Oh wait, is that what she looks like? This is the princess, right? Have you seen this person? Yeah, she's pretty. Are these like developers? This might be the developers.
Hi, Lil. Sorry, I'm not quite ready to open up the shop yet. I can't seem to find my inventory key. What are you doing up so early?
Working the graveyard shift tonight. So, I'm finally available to see some of my friends who have responsible parents and reasonable bedtimes.
People like those small hooligans over there?
Those aren't small hooligans, they're my friends. And I was actually coming to talk to you about letting us borrow a couple of items.
I stand by my statement. And we can talk about loaning you some merchandise later. But first, I've lost the key to my inventory, and I think one of them might have stolen it. Maybe you could talk to them for me. Work your little guardsman magic and see what you could do to get it back.
On it.
I mean, they were just gonna steal from him anyway. What the fuck? Hey, yo.
Alright guys, time to confess. Which one of you took poor Garby's inventory key?
Wasn't me.
I don't know. I ain't saying nothing.
So that's the way it's gonna be, is it? Listen, I need that key to upgrade tools and buy more power crystals, so one of you is gonna tell me who's responsible.
Are you a lawyer all of a sudden?
Nope, but I'm a guardsman. I hope you got your story straight, cause I really don't want to go down to the guard shed and get my metal detector. So tell me, which one of you took Garby's key?
Do I just ask them, like...
Between you and me, I saw Lamont poking his big, dumb, handsome nose that sits in the middle of his gorgeous face all around that booth. It was probably him. Oh, he's such a bad boy, but also...
It was Simon.
That's all he has to say.
I've never brought this up to the group before, but I think Isla is a kleptomaniac. I always see her taking things out of Lamont's backpack when he's not looking. But also...
I could make up my mind now, or dig a little deeper.
I know it wasn't me. I'm in a bit of a two-strike situation with my parents, and I'll be sent to the National Ballet School in Marvog if I get in trouble again. But I'm telling you, Lamont got here first, and I saw him rooting around Garby's shop.
I said it before, I'll say it again. It was Isla.
Oh, I guess that means it was probably him.
Okay, maybe Isla isn't a klepto, but she did go through his bag just before you got here. Maybe she's got a good reason to be going through his stuff. I got here third, so I didn't see anything.
So, did you figure out who took...
I think so. I'm going to assume it was...
I hate to be a narc, but
I think it was... oh. I mean, I want to say it was him because he said like two different things, so he's lying. Because he said it was him first, and then he said it was her, so... Watch it not. What was that? Would that be too obvious?
it was probably Lamont. He's the...
Thanks, Lil. Hey, you! Mullet boy!
Garby isn't smart or strong or fast. By the time he reached Lil's hooligan friends, they had run off. But Lil had been correct. Wait, Lil had been correct and startled. Oh, and startled, Lamont dropped the key. Oh, see, I'm so good. The brain works.
Ugh, got the key back. And those hooligans ran off. It's a win-win. Now my shop is ready to open. For helping me out, I'd like to offer you some gold to upgrade one of your tools. Or load up on crystals. Whatever your lil heart desires.
Oh, man, I already upgraded that shit yesterday. I mean, I think 4 isn't. I want to, like, you know, have enough to buy extra. So I'll get, well, supposedly I'll get 20 bonus gold today. So then I guess I can, damn, how the heck is anyone supposed to, them power crystals are way too expensive. Hey, yo, ma'am. Oh, it's closed. There's a note. I have convened a meeting at the Mages Guild. The dig site is closed. Dr. Marquez Beatrix von Matterhorn.
Well, that's just great. What am I supposed to do now? I guess I could go back in time to when she was here.
I'd better not.
But Dr. B did say I could only use it at the guard shed. Maybe that's why it's on the fritz? I better just get to my shift before this thing explodes.
I don't know. Should I have? It is true that it feels like that. It seems like it only works in the guard shed. The I don't know whatever for sports. Hey, yo, he found another hat. Look at this guy's rolling in hats.
Oh, hello, dear. Are you here to watch the Goblin Ball game?
Hiya, Mrs. A. I usually find Goblin Ball too boring to watch, unless, of course, there's a little action on it, if you know what I mean.
I most certainly do. I've got this month's pension check riding on a sure thing tip that's gonna pay out big time.
You sure seem confident, Mrs. A. Care to share that tip with this underage gambler?
Your father wouldn't be pleased with me, but I'll tell you what. Since I really bet the ranch on this next game, I don't have any gold left to buy my snacks. Would you be willing to help a little old lady buy a large hat made of nacho chips with melted cheese sauce on top? Mama just can't enjoy the game without one.
And how much is that? Am I gonna get reimbursed for this? Okay, sure.
Anything for a hungry old lady. Now what's the scoop? Dish, dish, dish.
Well, the gals on Gabbin this morning were split with the Marauders to sweep the Brawlers 217 to 68 in the early rounds. But Rhonda's saying they'd fall with an 80-point conversion in the later third. But Peg's prediction was the Brawlers to meander a little offensively with the changeovers, but then have a hard time taking back ground after the final swat. So it really comes down to if you believe Rhonda or Peg. Is that so? I've always sided with the other one myself. Personally, I do the opposite of what they think is going to happen.
That wasn't a sure thing tip at all. I want my money back.
Can't hear you, dear. I'm already on my way to get my snack. Giant nacho hat, here I come.
Okay. Sure, why not?
This hat, it is not as fantastic as my previous hat.
I'd hate to see, like, his last hat.
Psst, kid.
Like, when I get to, like, the last chapter, like, his final hat being like, oh, this hat right here is, like, the perfect hat. Like, it's exactly what I was looking for. And it's, like, ugly as hell. Like, bro. Heck, the cowboy hat, like, Doug Dimmadome hat was pretty good on him.
Step right up, one and all, and win some money on the Goblin Ball.
Hello again, Fredo.
Again? I've never seen you before in my life.
But I placed a bet with you on the last game.
Doesn't ring a bell.
The Kalidar Lightning game against the Brawlers? I lost some money.
Okay, if you say so. Person I've never seen before. Anyways, you want to make a bet on the game?
No, I don't have anything.
Suit yourself.
I don't have anything left. Because I gave her
I
30.
can't leave without watching the game.
Oh, but then I have to make. I don't want to make a bet.
Let's watch some
Okay, you don't have to. Thank God.
What an embarrassing series of unfortunate accidents for the Sprawl Brawlers! First, Jorbala Pepstein failed to barrel roll out of the way of the Marauders' lightning-fast offensive line. Then, the dynamic duo, Edie and Audrey O'Goblin, only shaved 12 of the 14.7 seconds off of the time the Brawlers needed to open the Diamond Snorf's cage.
Okay, but the question is...
It all comes down to the final wagon wheel toss today, folks. And the coach has sent in Sir Warren of Bainbridge, the bad boy of the Brawlers' midfield passive-aggressive line. He's muttering something to himself. He spits. He lifts the wheel above his head. He spins. He spins again. He spins a third time, and it's launched. The Marauders' weather wizard can't touch a throw like that, and it's through the posts. The Sprawl Brawlers win.
Are we red or are we blue?
You could have made some real money. Come back next time for all your illegal gambling needs. Just ask for Fredo.
Oh, did Grandma win? I don't know if she won.
What's this? A mysterious present? Perhaps a secret admirer?
To whom it may concern, your choice of champion for the princess rescue mission was found acceptable. Unfortunately, we haven't heard much from the mage yet, just a lot of squeaks and chirps from his tower. Regardless, please find enclosed a one-time bonus for your proficiency and character evaluation. Ta for now. P.S. My regards on your nighttime work inconvenience. No, I mean, it was her guy. You received a free truth spray slot upgrade.
Sweet.
There's no writ for the night shift. However, there is a book labeled Monster Manual sitting in front of Lil. The Sprawl Monster Manual, first edition. Doppelgangers and shapeshifters. Frequency very rare. Special attacks, shape change, and sneak attack. Weakness, susceptible to physical damage. Chaotic evil, size small to medium humanoid. Does your loved one seem more addled than usual? Maybe they've been replaced by a doppelganger. These monstrous creatures have the ability to superficially assume the appearance of anyone. When dealing with a suspected shapeshifter, show them an item they should recognize. Where possible, show them their child. Show them Jimmy. Note, chemical compounds such as patented truth spray have no effect on what are essentially gelatinous blobs. Forest entities? Rare. Stomper Thwomp. Or weak to fire. Woodcutter's axes. Poorly administered town hall meetings. True neutral. Climbable. The story of the first transformation from mundane tree to sentient mobile being is lost to history. These creatures are extremely dangerous, but generally motivated by threats to their territory. The bark of forest entity is often the site of cryptic magical runes and prophetic writings that can be deciphered. Okay, goblins. Common. No special attacks. Susceptible to physical injury. Alignment varied small. When the great expansion of the Sprawl was undertaken by King Oswin I. Oh, and then his son, King Oswin II, goblins participated as laborers and artisans in the city's construction. In recent times, various crimes and misfortunes have been widely attributed to this group, leading to their decreased presence in public life. Whether or not they have an actual predisposition for crime and mayhem is hotly debated by the High Council and non-Hume, I'm just going to assume it's Hume right groups. A red herring. 50-50. Cause confusion. Create conflict where none should exist. Careful consideration. Chaotic neutral. Small fish to giant and anything in between. Beware the red herring. Its siren's call has led many adventurers to follow the wrong path or to find enemies where none exist. Use your judgment and don't believe everything you hear or see. The temptation to believe a red herring is strong, but be vigilant and you will come out on top. Am I actually gonna run into all these things? Lycanthropes, aka werewolves, rare, bestial rage, silver, or weak to silver, the rising sun, chaotic evil, size, post-transformation equal big as fuck. Academics are split on whether this affliction is magical or medical. The cursed or afflicted person suffers an attack or the cursed or afflicted person suffers an attack or bite, and come the first full moon transforms into a half-man, half-beast killing machine. In most cases, the individual remains blissfully unaware of the transformation, but in some cases, they know and desperately seek asylum to save their loved ones from their dark passenger. Mole people. Common, special attack, digging, and biting. Weak to daylight. Non-fatal. Alignment varied, often true, neutral, small. Long ago, a subset of humans and elves carved out a life underground. This evolutionary branch began to change to accommodate their new existence. They became smaller, relying more heavily on their sense of smell and hearing than their soon underdeveloped eyesight. In addition, their hands and fingers became more claw-like because of the digging. While considered disfigured and even monstrous by some, please do not persecute the mole people. They are not to be punted. After all, without mole person labor and digging know-how, the sprawl wouldn't enjoy the world's greatest sewer system. They punt them? Okay, necromancers. Rare. They raise undead and have miscellaneous spell. Weakness, their egos. Alignment, lawful evil. Size, all bodies are beach bodies? Are they like jacked or something? Magic practitioners who have broken their codes and oaths and turned to the forbidden arts. Although not illegal, they should be discouraged from entering the sprawl. Note, the Mages Guild would gladly welcome a fallen wizard who has seen the error of their ways back into the fold. However, not one has yet chosen to give up the dark arts once they've tasted that sweet, sweet necromancy. Vampires are common. Special attack changed into a bat, hypnosis, flight, dental peculiarities. Weakness, sunlight, garlic, counting bags of small grains, wooden stakes. Alignment, usually evil, but best not to judge a book by its cover. Size, human-sized. In centuries past, vampires were the stuff of myths and legends, sticking to the shadows and covering up their ghastly deeds in order to remain hidden from polite society. Recently, as a result of the powerful vampire rights movement led by goth rock icon Vlad Extreme, vampires have come out of the closet and many have become productive members of society. You know what? Okay. Then why is their alignment usually evil? It's best not to, okay, you know what? They're best not to judge a book by its cover. Okay, I got you. That's a lot. It's a lot to take in. So let's see. X-ray. The X-ray machine. The whip. The decoder ring. Maybe we might run into an entity. And the metal detector. I'll put 1. And the truth spray. Okay. I mean, do they stack? Like, if I don't use any, which... Well, yeah, it did stack because I didn't use the whip before, and it still has a charge in it, so... Well, that's nice. Maybe I should start just saving up for all this.
Good evening, child. I have not seen you at the post before.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Drew the short straw this time. Burning it at both ends, you know? Just gotta keep on trucking through.
I hear you. Working the graveyard shift myself.
Yeah.
You said it.
What did you say your name was, sir?
Heinrich.
And last name?
Von Pyre.
Von Pyre?
Von Pyre.
Title?
Count.
Your name is Count Heinrich von Pyre?
Yes.
That's a fun name to have.
It is? It is. Why, thank you, little girl. I happen to come from a long line of von Pyres.
I have no doubt in my mind.
You know what? At least he liked it. He doesn't see... Oh, I don't know what he's here for, though. Like, what is...
So, are you,
Running late? Yes, I am. So if you wouldn't mind inviting me in, there is an urgent matter I must attend to.
Did you say invite you in?
Yes, it was an arrangement I had with the guard who normally works this location. An arrangement that, if broken, would be a real pain in the neck, so to speak.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to get in the way of any pre-existing arrangements.
Look into my eyes. I sincerely thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to assume he's a good guy. Let's just see. He is the first guy. So enjoy your whatever. Oh.
Would you care to enter the sprawl?
Why, thank you for the lovely invitation. I accept. Thank you, little girl. Until the next time you work the night shift.
Hopefully that's never. Have a good time in there.
You let him in? He's clearly a vampire. I don't care what he says he does. What he says he does for. He's undead. So, it said for vampires not to judge a book by its cover. And he didn't seem like he really... Well, I didn't even ask him the question, like, what the heck he's gonna do, but... Whatever. Just keep it. It's fine. Hey, don't I know you?
Listen, little girl, there isn't much time. You must send me to jail immediately. I pray you don't make me explain any further. We haven't the time.
I feel like I've seen you before. Did you go to a funeral for a cat recently?
Sprinkles! That vile beast of a feline. I am certain that cat cursed me and turned me into the monster I am today.
So what happened?
I assure you, I am in my right mind. You must gather the other guards and escort me to the dungeons right now. I know it is a strange request, but it is a matter of grave importance. And by grave importance, I mean someone could die.
Okay, I think this sounds a bit overblown. Seems to me this could be some kind of panic attack.
You do well to panic, little one. Ever since that mangy cat's funeral, the people who attended have died under mysterious circumstances. And I am certain that I am the cause. Sprinkles cursed me. Cursed me!
Okay. Should I search him? Should I use the truth spray? Should I use it? Here. Have some of this. And then tell me what the heck is going on.
I used to love fine jewels and necklaces, but ever since that lousy cat's funeral, even looking at a silver locket causes my eyes to burn and my skin to crawl. Something cursed me that day. I'm sure of it.
Oh, he turned into like a werecat?
I can feel it coming from the inside, trying to break free. I cannot contain it much longer. The sun has set. Every second is precious.
Maybe I should jail him. They are dangerous, and I don't think I can let them go because they're gonna hurt someone else.
There is no telling what I may do if left unchecked. I beg of you, this is our last chance to prevent catastrophe. Arrest me! Arrest me now!
He's telling the truth, though, so... Okay. Have a nice time. Straight to jail. You know what? At least he was looking out for other people, though.
Thank you. Bless you, child. The world is a safer place now.
I really hope you get the help you need.
You observed and understood this man's affliction, lichenism. You made the right decision, but could have arrived at it soon. Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Should I use the truth spray? Like, here, we can do it again and see what happens. Unless it was like the better hurry bit. Let's see if that does anything. Let's just go to jail then. Damn.
Thank you.
I really...
Oh, there you go. You understood. You made the right decision and quickly. Okay. That's all you had to do. Just be like, straight to jail.
Oh my god.
What happened to you?
No, little one. Not a god, just an incredibly handsome mortal. People make that mistake all the time. It is I, Prince Phineas, heir to the throne of Petrard.
I know who you are. I was working the gate when you arrived. I let you in.
And still you mistake me for a god? Well, who can blame you?
Do you have anything to declare? Please say no and just go about your business.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
I declare that I am...
Drunk?
No. Well, actually, hold on. Yes, I am drunk. Sauced. 3 sheets to the wind. Nay, 4 sheets.
No sheet. Okay, and I feel like I'm gonna regret asking, but what have you been doing tonight?
What do you want me to say? Milkmaids? Or what I've been doing with the milkmaids?
Regret.
And there's the regret. Never mind. Aren't you here trying to win the hand of Princess Desdemona?
Well, sure I am, but when the Mages Guild throws a party in your honor, boy, do they know how to show you a good time. And you can't stop a fox from stealing eggs, am I right?
Good night.
Good night, Prince Phineas.
That's me. Ha ha.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Now get out of here, you drunk fool.
Oh, all right.
Does he count as a, What the heck are you doing
Good
here?
evening, my dear.
Mrs. Abernathy, you're out awful late, especially with all these comings and goings about the sprawl.
Oh, my stars, would you look at the time? How the day does get away from you. I best be turning in.
Okay, now we have the Okay, what's in there? Nothing. Empty.
You know, normally I expect to see more. Bones and, human innards.
She's a doppelganger.
Oh, my stars, would you look at the time? How the day does get away from you. I best be turning in.
Wait.
Yeah, that seems pretty off to me.
That is true. Oh my god. Wait. What does it say? The doppelganger is like the first one. Oh, they're very rare. Okay, super change, sneak attacks, and hits in the hand. Okay, chemical have no effect. Oh, show them. Oh. Can I even show her an item? I can't show her an item.
Something is seriously weird here. Didn't I read somewhere about showing people something familiar?
Yeah.
Does this do anything for you?
Oh, yes, it is very nice. Thank you.
That was one of your award-winning bonds, Mrs. Abernathy. You don't recognize it?
Award-winning buns.
Awkward pause.
Don't you recognize it?
You're not Mrs. Abernathy at all, are you?
Oh my god.
Get out of here, you lousy shapeshifter monster!
Oh, you deny? You don't send them to jail? You tried to show Mrs. Abernathy her own buns, revealing her to be a shape-shifting monster. Was that because, like... Was it because I used the X-ray first, and then it was like, oh, something suspicious? Like, you know what? I got the 4 stars. It's fine.
Well. If it isn't the little girl who works the guard shed. I was hoping we'd meet again. I'd love to stay and chat, but I have a rather important meeting to attend.
Okay. Should I use the... So what are you here for?
Exactly
What are
is
you
this
here for
meeting
now?
You're attending.
If you must know, I was summoned by Praetor Kargan personally. It is a highly confidential matter that doesn't concern you.
As a guard of the kingdom, you don't tell me what does and does not concern me. I tell you what does and does not concern me.
A backbone. Interesting. Foolish, but interesting.
Why does Praetor Kargan want to meet with you?
I'm feeling rather generous today, so I will tell you. The Marvog High Council, led by Praetor Kargan herself, are concerned. As ceremonial killings have become more and more common, their numbers continue to dwindle. With that in mind, the Empress reached out to me regarding the practice of necromancy to preserve the life force of some of these brave fallen souls.
Oh no. What did it say about necromancers?
Necromancy? Isn't that bringing dead people back to life?
Oh, child, it is so much more than that. With knowledge of life and death, the future and the past both fold atop one another, connecting us to all of time and giving us the ability to foretell not only what has been, but what is to come.
Okay, it said something about the goblins, red herrings. Oh, wait, red herrings. I don't think we ran into one. Okay, we ran into a werewolf. We didn't see a mole person. A necromancer. Their weaknesses, their egos, all magic practitioner. Heh. They should be discouraged from entering. A fallen wizard who has seen the error of their ways. I would not want his So should I not let him in because he's a necromancer? Although not illegal, they should be discouraged from entering. I can talk to him again, I guess.
I've told you my business. I've played your game. Why do you continue to bar my access?
I'm doing my job.
Yet another example of people in power doing their jobs and trampling the rights and freedoms of the citizenry.
Okay, how about no then?
You have no right to deny me, no right to even stand in my view, you pathetic smaggle.
What's that?
Smaggle. Yes, that is the word we mages use to describe worthless, magicless beings such as you. You are a prime grade A example of a smaggle.
Dude, that's pretty weak.
No, it is not weak. It cuts to the core.
Nah, that's lame. Get out of here.
The Praetor will know of your insolence, little one.
They can find a different solution. Unless I get a bad grade on this. You didn't let the creepy guy into the sprawl. That's gotta be worth at least a pat on the back. So should I have let him in or what? Like, what do you want from me? What the heck is this now? Oh my!
Oh my god! Are you some kind of scary tree monster?
Yes. Now let me in or I'll thwomp and stomp you.
Okay, it said to use the decoder ring. It's an entity. I mean, does that even do anything? Okay, let's try it. And then if I fuck up, we'll go back. Here.
I noticed you have something carved on your bark, but I can't quite make out what it says.
Somebody carved it on me when I was a sapling. It was a mistake.
Mind if I try to read it?
Okay.
It reads, to lodge all power in one party and keep it there is to ensure bad government and the sure and gradual deterioration of public morals. Does that mean anything to you?
That was the words of person who came to woods to write. I remember him, Mark Goblin Twain. He was inspiring to Scary Tree Monster. Talked about how to make change in world.
And was it through stomping and thwomping?
No, it wasn't. That was Scary Tree Monster's idea. He spoke of change through something called corrupt government systems.
Maybe there's a better way to get people out of your woods. Maybe a more official way.
Are you saying Scary Tree Monster should run for government office to implement real systemic change?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
You know what? So long as they're not thwomping and stomping, I can let him in. I can talk to him some more. Or it. Or does it even say anything about, like... Well, okay. Sentient thoughts to these creatures are extremely dangerous, generally motivated by threats to their territory. Oh, okay. The bark of foreign... Okay, it doesn't really say... Oh, actually, it does kind of say, like, if they're dangerous, right? Rare. It's a neutral, though. It's not really evil. Poorly administered. Oh, look, poorly administered town hall. You know what? Maybe it'll do some good here. Here, what else do you have to say?
And what business would you say you have in the sprawl this evening?
Too many people come through my woods. Too many strangers stomping on our roots and throwing their garbage on us. Me and my brothers and sisters say no more.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That must be really hard on you and the other scary tree monsters.
Not all are scary.
So if people coming through your woods is bugging all of your plant friends, why didn't they all show up? Why just send you?
Plant friends got together and decided Scary Tree Monster should go. Scary Tree Monster was voted the scariest and strongest and can walk pretty well. So he was the one elected to stomp and thwomp.
I thought we already decided you're not gonna thwomp and stomp anymore.
Seems like you have a pretty democratic way of figuring things out in the woods.
Yes, but we must still be wary of the tyranny of the majority.
Okay, have fun not thwomping and stomping.
I believe in you, Scary Tree Monster. I think you'll make a fine governor, or Congress tree, or whatever you end up running for.
Thank you. Now all I need is a snappy campaign slogan.
A vote for me is a vote for a tree?
A little on the nose.
You diverted the life path of a violent monster towards a life of politics and public service. Vote Scary Tree Monster. Look, I deal with the non-humans better than the humans. Hey, yo, we know you.
Hello. I wish safe passage through this gate.
Okay, but for what?
Can do. I'm just gonna need you to lift that hood. Gotta see if you're human or elf or gelatinous blob. We've had all types tonight.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I assure you, I am human. Now, please allow me safe passage.
I have the metal detector. You got anything? Or should I try the whip? I don't know what it does. Here, we can try the whip and then...
Maybe this will loosen your lips. Yeah!
Unless she's immune to it.
Who taught you how to crack a whip? Your form is all wrong. You're more likely to hurt your shoulder than you are to hurt me.
Is that why it's so sore? Jeez, the things they don't teach you at gate guard school. I mean, I assume. I never went.
Okay, it's not affected by it. What about this?
Whoa, what's with the neck candy? A little out of place for someone dressed so discreetly.
My necklace is none of your concern.
So you stole it.
I did not steal it.
Then it was a gift?
Yes, from my mother.
I wish I got a gift like that from my mom. Only thing I got from her was this hair.
I'll give it back to you. It seems important.
You know, I could keep this in order to get you to tell me more about yourself, but I won't.
I greatly appreciate that.
Greatly enough to tell me who you are?
No.
Aw, you're no fun. That emerald looked like the real thing. Maybe I should call one of the higher-ups about it.
Can I even call them now? Is she the princess? Hello, ma'am. I need help.
I'm forwarding you to Mrs. Ash now. Please hold.
Hold music. Oh, Lil, I heard I fucked it up. I clicked this. I clicked the stick. No, I clicked the mouse. I heard something about a necklace.
Hello to you too. Yes, the cloaked woman is rocking some serious neckwear. Silver chain, big green rock.
That is the same necklace that the princess wears. Maybe the princess gave it to her as proof so that she could enter safely and relay a message to me. Let her in immediately and tell Travis he's fired.
Why?
Oh, I tell him that every night. It's our little game. Ta!
Oh. Oh no.
I'm still on the call, you know.
Okay, well, I kind of wasted the whip, but I mean, it didn't even work on her, so. Alright, sure, come in, not princess.
I don't know why, but something tells me I should let you enter. Maybe it's the necklace, maybe it's the nothing else you've told me about yourself, but I gotta follow my gut on this one.
Thank you. The choice you made here today will not go unrewarded.
Tacos.
What?
Make my reward tacos.
Okay, sure.
Hooray!
Seems this mysterious lady was hiding a royal surprise. Well deduced, guardsman, and there may be tacos in my future. I wasted the whip, though. But what? I mean, when has the whip ever actually been useful? It would have been useful at the beginning if I knew what it did. I guess it is just like a bad cop, kind of like. I did good tonight. Look, so good. You were paid 20 gold. That's all I got. She should have asked for gold. I mean, maybe I should just stock up on crystals at this point.
It's you! What are you doing here? Are you here to give me tacos?
No. I've come to reveal my true identity to you.
So, no tacos?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Desdemona.
Princess Desdemona? Nah, I knew it all along.
No, you didn't.
Why split hairs? But what about the kidnappers?
There were no kidnappers. I disguised myself and ran away. I'm sorry for all the commotion I've caused. I had to get away to say goodbye to someone important to me before my wedding.
I don't understand.
I'm being forced to marry one of the suitors from these two rival kingdoms.
Yeah, that's old news. What I don't understand is why you, a princess, are here talking to me about it. Shouldn't there be more official people that could play therapist?
Like Stryker? Ash? Oh god. Oh, not Malcolm. I know my father had faith in them. When I'm gone, your advisors will help maintain the balance, blah, blah, blah. They want me out of the way so they can control my father's kingdom. They've never been good at listening to what I want or how I want to rule this land. Nobody listens to me.
Sing it, sister.
And now I'm being forced to choose between allying the Sprawl with the kingdom of Petrard or the Marvog Empire.
You mean Phineas the Pompous Prince or Kargan the Praetor Terror?
And it doesn't even matter if I love them or not. At the end of the day, it's strictly politics. Lucky me.
This is the first time in the game I've been okay being 12.
I just want to make the right choice. Tell me, Lil, what do you think of Prince Phineas?
He's not a good guy. He's the worst.
He's way higher maintenance than you seem to be. And he's an asshole. Nuff said.
And what about Praetor Kargan? What do you think?
Too violent. She's not technically the worst, but she is she has a violent streak though. No, don't do that either.
I think it's bull. They talk about honor, but she's got a lot of blood on her hands. Hard pass from me.
So if you were me and you had the future well-being of the Sprawl in your hands, who would you choose?
I don't know, probably Kargan, I guess.
Thank you for your honesty. I know my advisors have jerked you around, but I also know you don't always do what they say, and I like that. You remind me of, well, me.
And you remind me of me too, if I was rich and beautiful and influential.
Oh, you are influential. You've changed the course of fate more than you know.
Don't forget beautiful. I am also beautiful.
The sun's coming up. I must go. I shall put my own heart aside and do what's best for the kingdom.
She couldn't pull like a Princess Diaries and be like, no, I'm gonna rule the kingdom on my own. No man. Or a woman, I guess. Although clearly a vampire, Count Heinrich von Pyre was also a registered chiropractor with a private practice on the outskirts of the rapidly gentrifying Little Ogre Town neighborhood. After entering the Sprawl, the Count went to his clinic to open up for the night. He had a long list of appointments. The Swamp Thing needed an activator adjustment, a mummy needed a deep tissue massage, and some acupuncture with electric current was just the thing for Frankenstein's monster's stiff neck. It was looking like it was going to be a typical night until an angry mob brandishing pitchforks and torches showed up at Count von Pyre's door. The horde was led by none other than Myrna Herkin, a local school teacher and leader of the Better Business Bureau. Although lumbars are being loosened, there was a steadily growing number of complaints about bitten necks and cases of anemia resulting from the Count's medical practice. She was there to put a stop to it. Maybe it was the light of the torches reflected in their eyes, but it took just one look for Myrna and the Count to fall madly in love, or it was just the fact that he was a powerful vampire, one of those things. The Count swooped down and lifted Myrna up out of the angry mob. He bit her at least 3 times and made her drink his own blood to facilitate her own vampiric transformation. She left her gig at the Better Business Bureau, and the Count welcomed his new soon-to-be bride into his castle. Now, along with dealing with that pesky Von Helsing fellow who kept trying to kill him, Heinrich also had a wedding to plan. The afflicted man was safe from the transformative rays of the full moon, and even should he have transformed, the thick iron bars would have protected everyone. Although the good people of the Sprawl were safe from the wrath of his curse, the mourner was not spared the aggression of his fellow inmates. Cornering him in the cell, they shanked him with a handmade shiv, leaving him there to bleed to death. Luckily, the shiv was whittled out of a silver spoon, miraculously curing him once and for all of the curse of the beast that had attacked him so long ago. After a fortnight of recovery in the prison's infirmary, the mourner was released back into society. Unfortunately, on his journey back to Scarborough in the Shire of Bessarion, the mourner was attacked by a different werewolf, and suddenly he's cursed again. Seems that if it wasn't for bad luck, this guy would have no luck at all. Prince of Petrard, Phineas Pomp, stumbled back to his lavish lodgings at the palace. Hungry and drunk, he lit the fire and put on a pot of stew before passing out on the floor. He awoke the next morning having no memory of how he got home or why his room reeked of burnt stroganoff. But he did remember the rager of a party thrown in his honor by the Mages Guild and the promises he made to them should he be chosen to marry Princess Desdemona. This Mrs. Abernathy was no Abernathy at all. In reality, it was a horrible shape-shifting monster. Running off into the night, the creature assumed a different identity and gained entry into the sprawl at another gate. Once inside the sprawl, we lost track of it. Having the ability to take the form of anyone made it difficult to track, so its whereabouts remain unknown. It was reported later that night that an unusually untalkative guardsman, Cecil, was trying to break his way into the sprawl's armory. Being denied entry, guardsman Cecil apparently screamed in a high-pitched voice and ran off into the night. Be on the lookout for this creature. It could be anyone. Damn it, after all that work, Tyronius Athanatos was unable to meet with Praetor Kargan that night. His promises of sharing the secrets of necromancy with the Marvog Empire went unfulfilled. If he had been successful, the Mages Guild and its agendas would have been conveyed to the Marvog Empire, and if that alliance was put in place and the Praetor was chosen for marriage by Princess Desdemona, who knows what nefarious plans would have unfolded. Dejected, Tyronius went back to his keep outside of the walls of the city and contrived another way to forge his allegiance with the Marvogians. He wasn't sure how, but he knew that his next plan would have to be 100% Lil Gateguard proof. With dreams of holding political office now planted in the scary tree monster's head, he stomped his way right to the city clerk's office at City Hall and waited for it to open. The next day, he obtained the necessary paperwork to run for political office. Unfortunately, Scary Tree Monster didn't know how to read or write. Revealing his illiteracy made the city clerk's receptionist laugh out loud, which angered Scary Tree Monster so greatly that he proceeded to thwomp her into oblivion. When the city clerk showed up finding no receptionist, they hired Scary Tree Monster on the spot to fill the role as their political aide. Scary Tree Monster was now a small cog in the political machine and would no doubt rise in the ranks to one day hold the title of counselor, or dare we say, mayor? When Princess Desdemona returned to the castle, she refused to answer any questions regarding her whereabouts. She immediately issued a royal decree to cut funding to any active rescue missions and to put an end to the acquainted practice of choosing rescuers via flashy game shows. Good on her! As she lay in bed that night, she reflected on the little guardsman's advice. She knew that her decision would irreversibly alter the fate of the sprawl and the fate of every soul who called it home.
And although the princess has come home, she is still remaining quiet on where she was during her missing time, but frankly, I do not care. She's got that look at me, I'm back attitude, and it reflects in her style. You know it. She was seen returning to the castle rocking those possibly was kidnapped leggings, all while sporting a I might have just run away and ran out of money hooded cloak. What do you think she's gonna be wearing at the wedding? No idea, but no doubt it will complement her chosen spouse's home kingdom. That's right. Princess Desdemona has finally made her choice, and it's Praetor Kargan of the Marvog Empire. I knew it was going to be them. It was the obvious choice from the get-go. So obviously obvious. So long, Prince Phineas Pomp of the Petrard Kingdom. You just didn't make the cut.
I mean, he showed up drunk and he cheated, so...
Bye-bye. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Bye! Bye! Bye-bye.
How long does it go on
See ya,
for?
wouldn't want to be ya. Bye! Bye! Bye-bye.
Okay, it just keeps going, I guess.
So, she made her choice. Her life is filled with intrigue, and I feel like I am now somehow intertwined with her fate's path. Oh well, off to go see what the gang's up to.